What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So today we're going to go over a simple eBay formula that's going to make sure that you're profitable when you're listing items on eBay. Now this comes to me because it's been a recent question in a lot of my eBay courses, and also I've been talking a lot about arbitrage lately, where you buy stuff online from other sites, mostly coupon sites on Amazon. And if you can't, for whatever reason, list some of those, if you buy a product that might be, gated in a certain category and you made the cardinal sin of not checking that you could actually sell it first. Happens to me from time to time, even though I preach, not to do that. You can sell it back on eBay. You can sell it on sites like obviously eBay, Mercari, you have OfferUp and LetGo, which are great apps. There's Poshmark. There's a number of other places and other sites where you can list those arbitrage products to still make a profit if you're not selling them back on Amazon. So today, I want to talk about the simple eBay formula that's going to make sure that you're profitable, whether you're doing arbitrage or you're simply listing items on eBay, maybe you're drop shipping, whatever it is, this is going to take the guesswork out of it for you. Now, I'm going to go over this simple formula here in a second. But I actually used to do this a lot when I listed on eBay. I'm ashamed to admit that I really had no idea, despite the how much I know about Amazon, despite how much I know about the majority of things and e-commerce platforms and marketing avenues, whether that's social media or YouTube or whatever. I know a lot about the SEO or how they actually work, but for whatever reason, I just never delved into the eBay side of it. So I would list stuff on eBay, and then I'd wake up with not wake up, but I would get billed like $200 at the end of a month and be like, how the hell did how am I getting billed $200 with eBay fees? I had no idea how the platform actually charged and what the fees entailed. So if you're anything like that, this video will solve that for you to make sure that you're listing profitable products before you actually do so. So let's jump into the formula. This is the formula, and if it's a little bit foreign to you right away, that's totally fine. We're going to delve into everything and what it actually means here. You can use this formula to make sure that any product that you're selling has a profit margin that's legitimate before you actually list it and get charged potentially for the fee. So that formula is X times 0.886 minus 0.30 equals Y. And I don't know why I added a 0 there. You can just do 0.3. And what that actually entails and what that means is X is actually the sale price of your item. So if you're listing an item and you want to sell it at $13, then that's what you'd list there, $13. If you're listing an item for $54.99, $54.99 would go in the X column right here. So then you're multiplying it by 0.866, which is actually the eBay fee and the PayPal fee for that actual transaction. So PayPal charges a 3.4% approximately on that. It's the number's a little bit skewed. That's why I actually put the normal number, at 0.886. But eBay also charges a 10% fee for your listing price. So it's your sale price times 0.886, which actually is the eBay fee of 10% plus the PayPal fee of 3.4%. Then you're subtracting minus 30 because that's actually the handling charge that PayPal charges you when it handles the transaction. Because on eBay, I want to say the majority, but I believe everything actually is handled by PayPal. So they charge you that 30-cent handling fee on the transaction. So that's the actual formula. Then obviously that you input everything, and that gives you the number of Y, which is actually your profit margin. So to recap, you have the sale price times 0.886, which is the eBay fee plus the PayPal fee, minus 30 cents for the transaction charge that PayPal charges you, equals your profit. Now, it's important to keep in mind that profit is good to keep in mind because you want to know what you actually have at the end number so you can account for your shipping charges and your fees and the cost of the product, which is all stuff that we're going to talk about here in a second. So that does not include listing fees. And on eBay, there's a listing fee when you list an actual item on the website. But you get your first 50 listings for free. And then a lot of people don't actually know this because, in my experience, a lot of people don't ask. And if you simply ask for things in life and in business, you would be surprised, just how much you can actually get. So in my experience, if you call eBay and you simply ask for more listings for free, they give it to you. I've done this 2 or 3 times on my own account, and every single time they've given it to me. Now they simply ask me questions, what are you listing? What are you planning on listing in the future? What are you going to use the listing for? And I basically say, I have a bunch of really high quality products, which I actually do, where I source them from manufacturers, and I'm looking for another avenue to sell them, and I'm trying out eBay's platform and marketplace to see if it's right for my business. The way that I word that sounds really good to an eBay representative because it basically says, like, hey, I think eBay is really valuable, and I really genuinely value what the marketplace brings to the table, but I'm not so sold on it yet. So I was looking for, a few more listings to kind of, realistically test out eBay to see if it's right for my business. And if you come from that angle, instead of just calling up and being like, hey, give me more listings, I need more free listings, it's gonna be a lot easier to get free listings. So simply call up and ask, tell them you have really high quality products and you're looking for a different sales channel and e-commerce marketplace to list them on, and you think eBay would be great for that. Now, in my experience, I think I've called 3 times. Twice they've literally asked me, okay, how many do you want? And the one time I think I said 100, and the next time I think I said 50 because I didn't really need that much. So they literally asked me how many I need, and I think the third time they just gave me like 10 free listings or whatever. So simply ask, guys. I wanted to hit that home because it's important. On top of that, it also doesn't include potential shipping charges. Now, this is common sense, but I wanted to outline this so people don't just throw the numbers in and think, oh, I have $8 profit margin, but you didn't account for the shipping fees, the shipping charges, obviously, or the potential listing fees if you went over that 50, free listing threshold. Can't talk today. So that obviously doesn't include shipping charges either. Now you always do. I always suggest to my eBay students, whether you're doing the drop shipping or you're doing, sourcing from overseas and bringing those to the actual marketplace with physical products, you always want to offer free shipping and at least 1-day handling. If you want to do same-day handling, that's fine too, but at least free shipping and at least 1-day handling. The reason for that is you're going to get that fast and free badge on your item, which is the equivalent on eBay to the Amazon Prime tag, essentially, when you're a buyer looking at a listing. When I'm looking at a listing on Amazon and I see Amazon Prime, I have Amazon Prime, so I'm more likely to buy that because I know it's going to get to me in 2 days and it's going to be free shipping. Same thing with eBay buyers. When they see that fast and free tag on their eBay on a certain listing, they're more inclined to buy it because they know that the handling time is going to be free, or the handling time is going to be very, very short. So it's going to be handled and shipped out within a day, and the shipping is free, so they don't have to pay for it. That's, like I said, the equivalent of Amazon Prime. So that's going to increase your sales, eBay says, by 11% just by simply having free shipping and handling at least 1 day or less. Now, the cheapest shipping option, in my opinion, is, always USPS Media Mail. Now, that's obviously for people in the United States, so that's U.S. Post Office Media Mail. It's the cheapest, and that only does, read up on Media Mail, that only does, apply to certain things, whether that's like paper or books or letters. Now, I ship a lot of things Media Mail, I've never gotten caught or in trouble for doing it. As long as, you put it in a box that's closed off and you report the legitimate weight for it, I've had good experiences with it, but that's, use that at your own discretion. Obviously, you don't want to ship out something breakable as media mail for a lot of different reasons, but that's the cheapest option in my opinion. Sometimes it's like, honestly, $2 to $5. It's super, super cheap. However, on top of that, USPS Priority is also a great way to go because it gets there in like 2 to 3 days. Sometimes I believe at the very, very maximum, but it's really, really cheap. And I'm actually going to pull something up here as I pull that up. If we go to Quick Tools here on USPS.com, so you'll see here, you can actually get free boxes. And this is something a lot of people don't know, but it's super, super simple. So if I come here to all the free boxes, you can literally order these to your house and get free boxes. So you don't have to pay for the boxes to actually ship in. So you can box for free. You have the boxing, obviously I don't know what I'm talking about today. You get the boxes for free right to your house. You package them up. You drop them off at the post office or in one of those little blue bins, and boom, it's off. Now, this does cost sometimes a little bit more, but your buyers will be a lot more happy and thus rate you a lot higher on eBay if you're going to do this. And the reason I suggest doing this, if you can't ship media mail, is because it's going to result in a lot of higher ratings. It's going to get there a lot faster. And on top of that, it's just you get the free box too. So if you're not collecting arbitrage boxes from Amazon, which a lot of you might be doing if you're in my online arbitrage pro course, and you don't actually have boxes, rather than going out and buying them, you can simply get all sorts of boxes and packages shipped to your house 100% free. So let's jump back into this presentation and we'll go over that. Now, like I said, doesn't include the fees, doesn't include the shipping charges, but when you're buying for arbitrage, this can be a great, formula to implement as well, because if maybe you see a lot of people like me, if you're buying on Amazon like my arbitrage students, or you're buying on coupon sites like my arbitrage students, will run an ad product and see on their seller account and see, oh man, I can't sell that, but I could get it for such a great margin. So yes, you don't want to buy it with the intention of selling it back on Amazon if you're not able to sell it back on Amazon. But why don't you run the numbers and see with this formula if it'd be a great product to buy for eBay? And obviously check the marketplace first and foremost. So what you want to do is you want to search eBay for that actual title of that actual product, and then you want to click on sold, click the check mark on the bottom. I'll actually pull it up here for you guys so you can see. If we go to eBay, and let's say, let's go to Amazon really fast and pick a thing out. I'll show you exactly what I mean by this. That way you can ensure that you can actually sell that product for a certain margin. So if I were going to plan on selling this right here, what I would do is Play-Doh Mickey Mouse Club Set Mickey. And I would search that here in the listings on eBay, right? But what a lot of people don't do, and this is crucial, is you want to come down here to the left column and click Sold Items. The reason for that is that's going to sort for the actual, completed sales and how much they've sold for. It doesn't matter what people are listing them for. What have they sold for? What is the marketplace demand? So you'll see here that actually sells for $538. Sold 3 days ago for $538. Sold, maybe a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago for $850. Sold a little bit before that for about $11. So I'd safely, and a little bit before that for $24.99. Similar items to that. So, you might be able to flip this for like $10. So that's important to keep in mind when you're buying it, because if you can get that on a coupon site, obviously, like in my course, like I show you, and you can get that for 20 cents, well, that might be a great product if you put that in the formula. So you're getting it for 20 cents, and then your profit afterwards is less than, $10, then and obviously accounts for the shipping, then it's a good product and you can buy it. So that's why it's great for arbitrage. When you're doing arbitrage, you can put it in that formula and know, okay, I might not be able to sell it on Amazon, but I can certainly sell it on eBay for a profit too, so maybe I'm going to buy it for that 20 cents. So you know what your potential profit is, so that obviously you can afford to buy it for anything less than that, obviously accounting for shipping charges.